It's nearly 7 o'clock on a Friday night in the city of Orlando. And Orlando Police Chief Eric Smith is gearing up for what has become a weekly tradition.
You ride tonight?
Yeah.
As he leads his department of more than 800 sworn men and women.
Once a week, I like to get out and ride with the officers on midnight shift.
An 8-hour shift, the chief hopes sends a clear message that being chief is about a lot more than working an 8 to 5.
I think it's doing a disservice to the officers that I'm here to work with every day by just coming in 8 to 5, not knowing what they go through, not knowing what they need to do their job better. It just seems like I would be shorting the city and shorting our officers if I did it that way.
For Chief Smith, these ride-outs provide a chance to keep his eyes on the pulse of the city, while also keeping a pulse on how his officers are doing and what they need to keep the city safe.
I think it shows them that we're all one team. The one thing I do mandate is that everybody from rank of lieutenant and on up rides 1 or 2 midnight shifts a month. So that way they're seeing all of us. They're seeing their command staff out there with them, doing the job with them. So I think that's very important to them. It's very important to us. And it shows that, they're not alone out here.
And out here in the city, on any given night, anything can happen.
It can be from A to Z. I've been working where a homicide's gone out to where, I've been working when our officers got shot. So it's just from one extreme to the other.
When those calls go out on the radio, Chief Smith will show up to the scene to provide backup for officers.
I have 2 different codes. One's going to be pound 2.
And it doesn't take long before one pops up, a suspicious person call along Orange Blossom Trail. Responding officers end up making an arrest for drugs and a warrant. But amidst the action, a watching chief on standby doesn't go unnoticed by officers.
It's always a pleasure seeing him come out to calls. He's the real deal. He's out there every weekend, walking around downtown. All the big holidays, he's right there with us. He sees exactly what's going on in the streets, what we're dealing with.
OPD officer Brian Cassane says that support from the top goes a long way.
He never asked us to do something he wouldn't do. That definitely doesn't go unnoticed.
From Paramore to Pine Hills and beyond, the Friday night ride-out continues. Chief Smith hears a traffic stop call go out and quickly navigates the streets to provide backup for his solo officer. It's also another chance to simply check in.
You're no better than the officer riding a district, so you should be pitching in and helping out wherever you can.
That where on weekends is downtown Orlando and requires the help from a beefed-up police force of on- and off-duty officers. The center of the city becomes a hotspot for both locals and tourists.
Communicate with us.
To get ready, Chief Smith and dozens of officers gather for a downtown briefing to spell out the game plan before hitting the streets. This is just one piece of the puzzle for safety in the city beautiful and a priority for the chief.
It's second to none. I mean, everyone should feel safe in their home. Everybody should feel like they can sit on their porch any time of day. It's their right to feel safe. No matter where you live in the city of Orlando, you should feel safe, and that's my job, to keep you safe.
A job that now spans 3 decades in Orlando.
I love this job. I love what I do, and it's very important, I think, to go into. If you're going to fight crime and protect the community, you got to love what you do, and I definitely love what I do.
And he also loves and believes in leading from the front.
And that's the one thing I've always stressed to everybody in my chain of command, and something I truly believe is that we're all cops. You're a police officer first, and you may be wearing a rank, you may be wearing lieutenant, captain, deputy chief, or chief, but you're still a police officer, just like everybody else out here is.